There's no great point to cut because the music just flows the whole time. So it's just to drop us right back in. And I didn't want to wait the whole downbeat version. So that was the downbeat version of the Bounty of the Week mid game. Hopefully people weren't driven
It's not
mad
bad.
by the oomph. Not bad.
No, it was
not
nice.
bad.
Yeah. That
I
was
do
nice.
have to
I
work
like it.
within the Twitch music. So I thought that was some pretty, not very Star Warsy, but also doesn't mean that Disney sues us. So hey, it's a win. Cool. So we kick off with a bit of a share. Oh, I'm already sharing, Rich. As can we kick off with the Stringer Bell coming out of a light speed and cruising towards a verdant jungle planet, Ashashri. So you are, of course, piloting the Stringer Bell, and as you come closer to the planet, you do receive some transponder frequencies. It appears to be automated, like there doesn't appear to be a control tower, but there is some presence of life on Ashashri, and it is a droid directing you politely towards the solitary landing field. So, I assume we do a quick Lucas-style screen wipe, and the Stringer Bell is coming down to land. It's a cleared field with a very small Duracrete pad. You see that there is a fueling pump that's set up, but everything looks like it is a very, very low amount of use. You don't see an Imperial presence. There isn't like a Gazanti class cruiser or TIE fighters the like here. It looks very person's airfield outside of village. Does that make sense? Jungles here cover majority of the surface area. In fact, there are jungle vines that have kind of grown over the refueling pods, the gas pods that are here. So you guys on the Stringer Bell pop down, and you'll have to clear that a little bit with some machete or a vibro blade or the like. You do see there is a small passage through the jungle that looks like it may lead to the settlement that is here, and probably the droid who directed you guys in.
Like kind of looking around as we land, like are there other crafts that are also like, I mean, it's not a hangar situation, but like if there's little other crafts like parked around.
There are no starships here. It looks like one landing field. Yeah.
Okay.
This is some.
This is what they call a backwater where I'm from.
A lot of water from the looks of it.
Yes, this is the Jungle Planet single biome Star Wars staple, as Quaid Rain has pointed out. Of course, I got to lean into that. Very Kashyyyk-like. These people, I'm assuming you're going to head into settlement unless you wanted to hop onto the speeder bike and start racing through.
I don't think we need to yet. We can, check out the settlement, see what the vibe on the ground is.
Cool. Yeah, so
Together
the jungle.
or separately?
Oh, good question.
Say it again. What was the question?
Do we want to walk in together or separately?
That was a good question.
I mean, I feel like, because in my head, this is probably like you said, this is a backwater planet. It's going to be a tiny little settlement. Anybody paying any attention saw the Stringer Bell come in, so like going in separate probably doesn't benefit unless somebody just stays behind completely. But I feel like we can just roll on in.
All right.
Dune, are you wearing your stormtrooper armor as you guys enter?
Hell yeah, I'm wearing my stormtrooper armor. That's not
I think he sleeps in that. It's starting to reek.
I'm wearing my storm. Well, so it doesn't have the Imperial insignia on it, but it is my stormtrooper armor. There are no other stormtrooper armors like it.
Helmet or no
Yes,
helmet?
I'm wearing it.
All
So
right,
I'd like
rock
to
on.
think I have like an attachment or some way I can click my helmet on to my side, so it doesn't have to be on my head.
You got
But
it.
I'm carrying it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes. We will go with the Star Wars TV show, especially Book of Boba Fett. You have your helmet off as much as you want. All
Nice.
the time. It's
Gotta show
totally
the
cool.
actor's face.
That's
That's
right.
right. Especially after
Unless
the
you're-
face claim you made, friend.
Unless you're
I want to see that guy emote.
You know why they do that? They're doing that. They made a ruling that Pedro Pascal wouldn't be eligible for future Emmys and other awards if you couldn't see the actor's face, so you could tell which actor was playing the part at the time.
Wow.
That's interesting
So-
because I read an article that there may have been an entire episode that Pedro Pascal was not actually in the suit. I don't know. That's
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is like he doesn't do a lot. I mean, he does some of his own stunts, not all of them, clearly. But yeah, so that's why they're helmetless more now than they have been in previous shows.
Wow.
yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a really cool change. I think it was great for Mando during the time that it was because of the story they were telling, and
Mhm.
they freed themselves from that, and that's great. Yeah, awesome. So you guys come into this small village. It's sparsely inhabited. One of the things that you notice is that the jungle, the trees are very, very high. So there's this huge space between the forest floor, which does not have a whole lot of greenery and the like, because there is not a whole lot of sunlight that comes through the canopy that's above you. It's very cool, in fact, surprisingly cool. When a breeze comes in, you can feel it across the back of your neck. And wood is used for all of the construction as you come in, but it's backwater, but these people have put care into constructing their homes. They didn't just throw a bunch of logs together. This isn't huts. These are like long homes, long houses. And you can see that it's set up like a village. Like there is evidently a central area, and then everything is around. You don't see a cantina. There's no signs anywhere because everyone knows where everyone else lives. There are several dozen houses that are here in this small village area. And when you guys come in, the three of you, Raxu, are you riding your speeder bike, or did you leave that back at the ship to just walk in?
Yeah, so I guess like we haven't really defined like what kind of, other than that it's a speeder. So
Mhm.
I don't know if it is like a bike or if it's more of a like a land speeder that can carry like
What do you
whatever we
want?
talked
I
about
mean,
so.
it can be
I-
whatever you'd like.
Yeah, I was picturing something more like a land speeder that might be able to carry a couple of people. I was thinking since it's uncomfortable, like it might also mean it's not gonna, like if two people squeeze into it, it's barely.
Mhm.
I mean, nah, I think I'd just leave it with the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, that just feels like making a show for no reason.
Cool. And as the three of you come walking into this village area, there are eyes on you. There are people watching. They seem a little reserved. Like it's not like people are closing doors, and you don't see anyone with weapons, but no one comes out to greet you either. So, yeah, it's you seem to be the most politically oriented. How are you going to handle this situation?
I'm looking for any signs of like a merchant area, like a stall set up somewhere, like any log that has maybe well, I guess you said there's no signs.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are there kids playing?
Ooh, You see that there are a couple of small human kids that were playing as you guys approach. They're also playing with a small Rhodian, and the three of them, they kind of freeze when you guys get closer, and one of them, you hear them whisper, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And the Rhodians kind of like, no, I'm really curious.
She drops down to one knee so that she's like at closer to the level. We're new in town. Do you know where we might be able to find the leader of this village?
You're blue.
I am blue.
Is that he's green. And he reaches up, the Rhodians had this,
I hold up my hand.
Okay, so he kind of just wants to run his little sucker fingers over. That's an odd feeling, I would imagine, but
yeah, probably.
He just. By the way, I just caught Jeremiah's blue song reference. Now it's playing in my head.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you very much.
You're welcome. Yep.
He just kind of tickles his fingers along your hand. Huh. What? Who?
Is there somebody who's in charge of the village?
Oh. Yes. And Sorella.
And where could we find Sorella?
And the girl of the three of them, human girl, she says, Sorella's my nana. I could take you.
Oh, that would be lovely.
So she'll just take off. It takes off at a jog towards one of the longhouses.
I don't jog to keep up, but I like briskly walk.
little power walk.
And I think the Rhodian, he'll like walk beside you, Yoon. Are you with the others?
Yeah, I am. Are you with us?
I'm here.
That's a good place to be.
When you say others, little one, do you mean others wearing armor or others the two of us?
He walks over and the Rhodian kind of taps your armor like this.
Others, you've seen other armor like this?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I knew that.
I'm just clarifying for my own personal edification.
No, I had no idea. That was a good question. I had no idea.
I was thinking. I was
ask
wondering.
little kids, man.
And you haven't quite reached the longhouse when the door opens up and you see a woman who... Oh, sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. She appears to be in her 60s. She has long hair, a few in braids. She has a beautiful mocha skin, and she peers out as she opens the door. You aren't with the others. You look different. She says that like directly to you, Yoon.
How far are the others from here?
Why are you asking? Why are you here?
I'm trying to catch up.
Oh, it sounds like you're trying to manipulate this lady. So let's see that.
As soon as
tell
I
him
said
what
that,
you
I'm
want.
like, oh, he's gonna make me roll.
Tell
these
what you want to
dice.
do and roll plus charm. Your charm is wow,
0.
like everything else. It's a 0.
It's a 0. I'm totally average, man.
You are. You're so average. It's delightful.
But you can't kill me in the fight. I cannot
Nope.
die.
I'm
You
easily
cannot.
squishable. Please don't kill me.
Just stand behind you.
Yep.
All right,
Now-
Yoon, let's hit some dice, man. You're gonna roll 2d6 flat.
All right, here it is.
Oh my.
Oh man,
That's 2 and a 2. Do you wish to
Where is
call
it?
for aid?
you can always call for aid or just take the miss.
I don't even see the roll. Where's the roll? Did I roll?
Yeah,
Oh, right
you
over
gotta-
here.
You got a 4.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, it's lying. Okay. Yes, I would like some aid, please.
Ooh.
Okay, who would you like to help you?
I would like Azura to help me.
Smart move.
Yeah, Azure. So when someone calls for your aid, I went the wrong way. Sorry. When someone calls for your aid, describe how you help them. And if everybody's cool with that, then you say how you do it and roll an appropriate stat. So, how is it that you assist Yoon in his? Yeah, we're with the others. I'm the backup.
That's right. I'm trying to catch up.
We were sent to bring a message to a certain person within the unit.
Yeah, just backing this lie up with your own lie. All right, roll plus charm.
I am not lying. I am telling the absolute truth. The message might be, "Hey, get your ass back here," but it's a message.
It's a message. It's totally true. All right, so you're going to be rolling plus charm, and if I remember correctly,
That's better.
There you
Yeah.
go.
pretty
Ooh.
charming. Ooh, my. So your charm is a +1. It looks like you added that into the roll, so a total of 8. And with calling for aid, if you hit, you increase the result by 1 category. So that 6 minus, you no longer would have gotten an XP for that, Yoon, but it does mean that you didn't tick off the one person who might know what's going on, the elder woman.
Right.
So per the move for manipulate someone on a 7 to 9, they'll do it only if you do something for them right now to show you mean it. Here is what her reaction. She says, so remember, her name was Sorella.
Right.
I'll drop that in our chat in case you need it. Sorella says, I'll tell you where they've gone, but you need to promise to me you'll bring Siren back to me.
Who's Siren?
My fool-headed nephew agreed for some credits and also to impress them, to lead them to some ruins. That their leader, Captain Arkham, he had a number of people like you with him. They were looking for a place that is not safe. I'm worried about my nephew.
How many would you say you had with him?
She inclines her head a little bit, says, he only brought 6 in, but I could tell that there were more who were waiting.
We shall try our hardest to bring him back to you safely.
Thank you.
Do you have a picture of him so that we know what he looks like?
She gestures for you to come inside. Yes, come. I have a painting I've made of him.
Oh.
When you step inside, you see that the log home, it's very open floor plan. A lot of crafts. You can see that she actually has this large loom to one side. There's paintings that are hung along one wall. Not a lot of technology. She fixes food. She doesn't have an auto chef. She doesn't appear to have a hollow projector. But she gestures, and you see that there are a number of paintings. Looks like her extended family. And she points out there's a young man. His head's shaved. He appears to be in perhaps his late teens, early 20s. has her eyes, her beautiful brown eyes. There's even in the painting captured just a cocky air, like the cockiness of youth, not earned, but perhaps someday he could live up to it. But his name is Siren.
I see he's
just-
going to be quite the handful.
It has been.
Almost spelled that right.
Was he taken, or did he volunteer?
He agreed to be their guide. Captain Arkham offered some credits to him. I told him that they would be useless. Even I
Did
know
they say
the
what they were
Empire's
looking
dead.
for?
There is an old temple. It is known as the ruins of Darask Nur. He had a scientist with him.
That's never good. Anything we should be worried about?
Well, if you are working with Arkham, then no.
We're not working with him so much as trying to send a
Delivering a
message.
message.
Personally, I
She
find the
looks-
man odious and a bit oily.
And we agree on that. There are stories, as you would expect, of people who've young ones dared each other to spend the night at ruins of Darask Nur and never seen again. They're lies, but still, everything has a kernel of truth if you go back far enough. They had a pair of machines. I didn't see them, but I could hear them. Walkers.
Like really big thud thud noises. And was it like 4 thuds or 2 thuds?
2 thuds.
Do you have soldiers here in this settlement?
No.
Fighting men?
Many of us could fire a blaster if need be, but we're just a small village. We don't have need of such things. You've traveled a long way. Do you need something to eat?
Do I get the sense that she's offering hospitality and it would be rude to not accept?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You recognize that she waited a long time to offer you this. So you must have passed some kind of test.
Yeah. Yeah. Uzura will definitely do the polite thing then and sit down with her.
Okay.
There's no particular rush, I don't think, to find this guy.
She doesn't seem like she wants you to stay a really long time. Like maybe there is a bit of urgency for her because she's worried about her nephew.
Yeah.
They've been gone for a few days.
But like
but-
20 minutes one way or another won't make a difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 20 minutes, no big deal. Now, I see here in a little chat that Raksu, you hadn't gone in. Like you hung back. Is that right?
Yeah. I wanted to talk to that Rhodian kid because I feel like, well, me as a player, but also Raksu as a former commando, like,
Mm-hmm.
let's get all the intel we can. And kids look at things in a way adults don't. So
Cool.
I want to check in with this kid and see what he noticed that Sorella didn't. Because I feel like this is a curious kid. So he probably followed somebody. He saw something somebody else didn't see. So I want to I kind of imagine as they go inside, I kind of like lean down like I saw Azure do. And I even sort of like lean my head forward because I saw how curious he was to want to touch Yun's armor and Azure's skin. And I feel like he might be fascinated by my little
your
horns.
horns, your
Yeah.
Zabrak horns.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like politely offering them and trying to get him to open up. Like,
Nice.
so what's your name?
Sweet. So you lean in, give him your name and everything, and he's so curious. And the girl, the little human girl, the one who ran off to take you guys to the elder woman, she says, "You shouldn't touch it. You shouldn't touch it."
It's okay.
He says, "I'm Omus." And he'll reach up and his little sucker finger, and like touches the little horn, and he touches the tip, and he looks back at the girl like, "Oh, I'm brave. I'm brave."
I'll lean in sort of like conspiratorially, like, I bet you see a lot of stuff around the village, Omus. Maybe stuff that grown-ups don't see, like Sorella.
You're asking about the soldiers, aren't you?
Yeah. I bet you followed him a little bit. Did you follow him a little bit? I won't tell anybody. That's okay.
I did.
I just want to know what you saw. That's all.
They wanted to go to the ruins. I heard the one, Alu, his name was Alu. That's what the captain called him. He said that he was very excited about there were a lot of big words, but he said that the ruins might have the what they were looking for. The captain he was looking for so someone by he used the name Raskin, Darth Raskin.
He said Darth. Good kid. I like you, Omus.
Do you know Darth Raskin?
I don't recognize the name, but I know what the title means.
And the girl, she calls out, like she's moved a safe distance away, but still eavesdrop distance. She says, "It's bad spirits. It's bad spirits. They're all going to die."
It might be.
My second cousin, he tried to stay in ruins, and he never came back.
We'll be back.
And then, despite his perhaps smart intellect, Oma says, "I could show you where it is." And the girl comes up and like pulls his arm. No.
No, that's okay. I think we can find it on our own. You should stay here and protect the village.
He nods. His little proboscis kind of straightens up a little bit. He's all, "Yep, he's resolute. He's a resolute."
Yep. I'll give him a little
9-year-old Rodian.
Yep. Give him a little shoulder pat, and then head into the longhouse. I imagine I might be coming in on the very tail end of the conversation.
Yeah, so
or maybe
you end up having a meal that wasn't fresh, but is recent. Like she kind of warmed up a meal for you guys. What is it about this meal that reminds you of a time before you were a stormtrooper?
I have no idea what happened.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, you're back. Yeah. So I think nothing negative to be said about the meal. I think I've eaten enough, and I'm kind of an older stormtrooper guy. So I think I've
Mhm.
been in long enough and then eaten enough stormtrooper rations and stuff like that. That this is foreign and weird and strange to me. Uh, and I think I take a long time of pushing it around the plate. I'm watching Azure. Azure. I don't want to be rude because it looks like we're trying to be nice, but I don't really want to eat this food. Um, but it reminds me when I was a kid, right? Because I can smell it, right? It's got those same aromas, and rations they don't have that kind of aroma, right?
Right.
And I think maybe I play around with some of it and taste some of it, but I think I have kid memories, like when I'm 5, 6, 7, something like that.
Oh my.
Because maybe
Okay.
that's what mom and dad did, right? They made real food like this.
As you're noticing that Yoon's not wholly into this meal, how do you cover for that? Seems like you're always covering for his bad first impressions.
I like
Uh,
it.
she's probably just keeping up like a steady stream of, you know, getting to know you style questions, answering any back, with a version of the truth.
Oh yeah. So like when she asks about your family, how evasive is your?
Um, like she probably gives correct counts. Like, oh yeah, I've got like 3 sisters and 2 brothers, but it's like it's not their real names. It's not probably what they actually do. It might be like what her uncle does, and she's passing it off as her. So like, there's always a grain of truth in there, but it's not wholly truthful.
She says, "How long have you carried that whip?"
This is a relatively recent acquisition. I knew how to use them before I started working, but I rather think it suits me.
Hmm.
It's prehensile, which means it's not necessarily deadly, but it's useful.
Well, the soldiers all carried blasters. I recommend you be careful.
I try to be whenever possible.
Eventually, she starts taking your bowls back and thank you for agreeing to bring my nephew back to me safe.
Thank you for your hospitality. We shall see you again.
And she gives you some directions from this small unnamed village to the ruins of Darask Nur. So, Yoon Azur, Raxu joins you as the meal is coming to an end. And
I kind of
Sorella seems to not she doesn't seem to be getting Raxu food as if Raxu wasn't in the invite, just letting it go on. What do you do, Yoon? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I give him my plate.
I'm not gonna turn down free food before what might be a big fight. So yeah, I'm gonna fill up.
And I think it's kind of a hearty stew.
Even better.
Yeah. So it's tasty. There's some nice spices that have been added to it. Kind of think that if you eat too much of it, your nose might run just a little bit, unless Raxu's used to really spicy food then. But eventually,
Maybe.
you guys finish up the meals and head on your way. Is there any conversation, Raxu, you wanted to have with Azur and Yoon?
Yeah, I feel like we'd want to trade notes, but probably the first thing I'll point out, or at least I'll say that I found out, is so these ruins. I think that I think they think it's a tomb of some dead Sith or something.
They have a
Darth
scientist looking for
Raskin.
a tomb, so that's never a good sign.
Yeah, the little Rhodian kid kind of followed him and overheard a lot of stuff he didn't really understand, but he did hear Darth Raskin. So
Is there a bounty on the scientist? Maybe we get paid bonus like last time.
I think his name was Alu something.
Certainly could hurt to look.
It's a possibility that there is a bounty on.
I mean, there
This
very well
Alu-
might be. It's an imperial
Yeah.
scientist. Somebody wants him.
Bonus money's good.
Yeah. Bonus money's always good.
They might have. What are the big two-legged walkers called again?
Are those AT-ATs or is that a AT?
So the AT is the four-legged. That's what you
Four-walker.
see on Hoth. If you're
Right.
thinking about the two-legged, which you see on Return of the Jedi and also in an episode of Mandalorian, that's an ATST.
ATST.
ATST, yes. And I would know that, yes. I would know that.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
totally-
Azura totally doesn't like. She may have seen them. She doesn't know jargon though.
Yeah, I think I do some stormtrooper splaining, right? No,
Yeah.
so the ATST, right?
Well, I somewhat hesitantly offer, but this is starting to feel like a little bit more than the three of us can bite off on our own. And I know for a fact the Katarn Commandos would love to bloody up some old Imperial remnants. I could reach out. Or we can scope the situation out first and make a determination later. But
I don't want anybody trying to settle some old fight that I might not have been a part of.
might just make it easy for us to get in now if they.
How long would it take for them to get here, though?
Without reaching out, I can't say. They might have presence in the sector. I don't know. But
Let's
they've
call
got-
that Plan C.
Fair enough. Yeah, that help comes with strings, so I'm good with that.
Let's take a quick peek, see what we're dealing with, and then we can formulate an actual plan.
I like
I
that.
mean, the little bit of intel we have isn't quite enough to pull off anything. I mean,
So I could zip out there on my speeder, check things out.
And then maybe Azura and I can go see maybe where they landed. Maybe there's a landing ship. I mean that AT-ST came from someplace, and
Yeah.
there
That's a
were
good
ships,
point.
right? So
Didn't
maybe we
spontaneously
can take a
grow
look
here.
at right.
And they had to have come through near enough here for. Well, they had to come to the village, right? Because
Right.
they were seeing and they recruited that nephew. So I like that plan. That sounds good.
And then if it's okay with Rich, maybe we can
Mhm.
figure out some middle ground to meet back up at, since we're splitting up here, right? Assuming everything goes well, we
Yeah.
meet back someplace in between.
Sure. We'll have comms, I imagine.
Yes,
That's
of course.
comms work. So
Okay, cool.
So Raxu, you're headed back to the ship to get the speeder.
yeah.
Yoon, you're headed out to try to figure out where is it that they have landed. They being the Captain Arkham and his people, right?
Right.
Azure, where are you headed?
I'm with you.
Okay, cool. So then I think what we'll do is wrap this up into think you're investigating a quarry here, right? You're trying to figure out some stuff about that quarry.
Yes.
To figure out who's leading it, and you get to roll plus
Yes.
sharp.
Yes. And hang on. I get, well, you tell me. +1 ongoing when knowingly investigating, pursuing, or fighting the enemy. Well, I don't know that they cause my loss. Other than
No,
their
remember
hero.
last session I said I want this to be good and broad. It's an imp. You get a +1 ongoing.
Nice.
So you're rolling +2.
Yes. These are my peoples. All right. Boom.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, that is a 12.
Beautiful.
All right, that is pretty great. So on investigate a quarry, you can ask 2. You hold 2, and you can, like, we're just kind of montaging this a little bit. You guys head out. You go near a river, which runs parallel to the village itself, not far from the little landing field, and you look around. So yeah, got a couple questions here. What do you want to know?
Assuming they've got some craft they landed in, and they've got some kind of base camp thing kind of set up, I'm looking to see what their weaknesses are here.
Awesome. So let me say that assumption turns out not to be the case. There's no base camp. What you realize from looking for that base camp is that there was a spot where dropped and they all got off and the ship flew on. You did not see it in orbit, but it was a large enough ship that it dropped off 2 squads, and among that 2 squads, you see the print near the riverbed in the mud, and you're relieved to find that these are not ATSTs, but an ATRT. Let me drop a pic of what that looks like.
Woo! Yeah, that's way better.
I had no clue.
I like that way better.
Those are little personal size ones. Personal walkers.
Personal. Like one trooper can ride one. So you see it from the prints. That still scary because that thing could take out a speeder. That gun could take out a speeder pretty easily, but not the giant ATST that you may have feared from the description of Sorella, the elder woman.
Nice.
Cool. You got a second question?
Yeah. So then I kind of look around in the safety of wherever we are, and I'm trying to figure out from these clues and from what's happening here, what might complicate things if we push this. Where are my complications? How does this get complicated?
Cool. Number one complication is just sheer numbers. 2 squads, 2 ATRTs. They're probably kitted out. They've got heavy armament. They've got this incredible stormtrooper armor that you enjoy. So the complication is that this guy's loaded to bear. We're talking about probably 24, 26 troopers you're going to have to deal with.
All right. I turn to Azure and I say, man, we might need Raxu's people.
Or a really good distraction.
Oh, that's a great cut point. We cut over to Raxu. As you're heading back to the ship to get your speeder, how long do you wait before you, like, the Rhodians followed you?
Of course.
Almost got to see your ship.
I love this kid.
Yeah.
I love him too.
He's adorable.
I head straight there. Like, I'm on a mission now. I'm not gonna dilly-dally.
Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, you're getting your speeder out, and I think maybe I found a picture for Omus. Does that look like an okay pic for Omus?
Nice.
There we go.
That's
so
adorable.
Omus.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he's even green, like I said. So Omus, you're bringing the speeder down, and he's
Yeah, he's just
walked
right
up
there.
and he's looking around inside the interior of your ship. His big, multifaceted eyes just taking everything in.
Uh-huh.
You see near the tree line the two other kids. They haven't even come into the clearing. Way too scared for this.
Yeah.
Their stories will say otherwise, but right now they're not involved.
Yeah. Kind of like slowly kind of glide the speeder down the ramp and look directly at Omis and be like, aren't you supposed to be looking after the village?
But your ship, is this a speeder?
This is
Can
a
I
speeder.
ride?
No, you can't go where I'm going.
But I can show you where to go.
Oh, it's too dangerous, kid. Maybe when you're a little bit older. But for now, you can keep an eye on the village.
It's a really long walk back. This little Proboscis mouth kind of twisted in this sad little look.
All right, hop in. I'll give him a ride back to the village.
He lets out a little squeal and he clambers on, and then you ride him back to the village, and he's got eyes only for the two kids who are too chicken to even come into the clearing. Kind of points at them with one of his little sucker fingers.
Yeah.
And then
There's probably that moment, like as he's getting into the speeder, and he's still sort of like half standing on the seat and hasn't quite fully sat down yet. I just rev it just a little bit, and kind of make him plop down to the seat because I assume he'll just love the hell out of that.
Yeah, you like at first but then he loves it. He's like, go faster, go faster.
Can't go that fast. These trees are dense, kid.
Yeah,
But I'll do some extra swerving. Why not? I'll give him a good ride before I go about my business.
I believe the term is softy.
Yep, for sure.
So we see this.
Part of it, I feel like, is like my like instincts of like how the Katarn commandos work. So like, there's this messed up part in the back of my head that like I'm grooming this kid to like be an asset. Like this isn't all just me being a softie.
Ouch!
Messed up. Oh, we just
Questionable
twisted the
means.
knife. Nice
Yeah.
work.
It just got dark.
Dubious motives. That's what I selected. Dubious motives.
Cool. So we do a quick little Lucas style star wipe, and the three of you are meeting. Maybe you're right at the river, right? So we have the river in the back.
Well, I was gonna go recon to the.
Oh, you wanted to go all the way up to the ruins?
Yeah,
because
since I have the good things on my speeder of surveillance gear and stealthy, like I was gonna go like get eyes on the situation, and then we're gonna meet back up.
Oh, that sounds awesome. It sounds to me then that you may be looking to maybe try to read a sitch here, read a bad situation.
It's bad, yes. Read a bad.
I assume it is bad. That's fine.
Very bad.
I can do that.
I just put this on the table.
I'll take
If
that.
you fail,
Oh, already.
the
rolled
RT oh, you already rolled?
it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, if you fail, we don't have to worry about what I was about to throw out there. That's
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be bad, but I was like, I'm rolling. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Well, it's hot.
It'll be fine.
YOLO. So this is.
It's all good. You get to hold. You get to
Yeah.
hold.
Oh, I get hold 3.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah. I guess we got to know what's the best way in.
Sweet. So you zip by, and I'm imagining that your speeder. There's enough. Like I'd said, there's the huge trees, giant canopy. There's probably a good amount of space to where you could fly the speeder around. You notice that you're headed up a slight incline as you get closer to the ruins, and the best way in, the most obvious way in, which also happens to have stationed in front of it an ATRT with trooper on board, just keeping watch. You're able to avoid that. There are a pair of large stone doors. But if you didn't know to look for it, you probably would have gone right past it because it's recessed a little bit within
okay.
this
Sure.
hill.
Yep.
I almost used some Wuthering terminology, but I'm not going to. So we'll just say it's recessed into a bit of a hill.
Perfect.
But you're able to skirt around because you are so skillful looking for another way. You are able to locate that there is another, what appears to be another pathway. It's overgrown, but you think that that pathway would probably lead you to another entrance, something smaller, something that doesn't have eyes on it.
Perfect. Nice. Yeah, so we basically knew that there'd be troopers and there'd be ATRTs. But what dangers haven't we noticed or been aware of until now?
You trying to think of within your view, your world experience as a Kataran commando.
Kind of doing Black Ops guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, I think that there was a point when you had your little binocular, a single binocular like Luke has in New Hope. Actually, that was a cutscene, so I don't know. Anyway, binocular. Looking and as you look at the stone doors, you see that mention of Darth. You see insignias that you've been told, yeah, if you see this is this ancient Sith language that we don't even let protocol droids translate. It's so bad. But yeah, you catch some of those insignias. That's the danger that these guys are probably after.
Yeah, whatever they're after is not going to be good for anybody else. And then I have one more question. What's most vulnerable to
Most
me?
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Well, these guys don't have a ship with them. You have a ship with turret and your regular weapons. So that is probably vulnerable to bombardment.
Good to know. Cool. Yeah, in that case, I'll kind of
circle back around and
loop
then
around,
we
circle
do the
back,
meetup.
and
Cool.
we do the rendezvous.
All right, you rendezvous with Yoon and Azur, and I'm looking at time. This may be one of our last scenes, so let's keep that in mind as you guys meet back up to talk through your reconnoiter.
Mm-hmm. I guess also because I probably have that moment of relief where I'm scouting around and I'm keeping an eye out for these giant ATSTs that I'm worried about, and I'm like, oh, it's the little ones. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those things are fast, though.
Sure.
But anyway.
So
Can I have one? Will it fit on the ship?
Yeah, it'll fit on the ship. Absolutely.
Oh, new toy.
Maybe.
I mean, it looks like it's what? Less than 15 feet high, and it can squat down. So
yeah,
yeah,
you could probably
for sure
crab walk it in there and then stick up to the phone. So yeah, I'll give them the download on what I saw around the ruins. Confirm the suspicions about it being some Sith something, because I saw some markings and insignias. But I think I might have a back way in if we need it.
And as the three of you are talking, you see that there's these clouds that start to form, moving across this beautiful sky. You can see it from the river. People probably in the village can't quite see it, but they seem to be moving rather quickly. And then they, as I realize where the camera is pointing, they come to kind of settle and circle around a particular point that you would recognize, Raxu. A little bit of lightning starts to form in those dark clouds.
That's not good. I think our timetable just got moved up.
Is that where the entrance is?
It's over there.
It's over there.
That's where the
We
ruins
have to
are.
Go into a lightning storm. Awesome. Just what I always wanted to do.
I mean, the good news is they don't have a ship.
Right.
So,
Oh. And we've got forward guns on our ship, don't we?
I think we put the turrets on the top, or didn't? Yeah, because we got a turret or something. I forget.
Yep.
We have 4 guns and a turret, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all landlocked.
4 dead, 8 alive is the bounty for Captain Arco.
I mean, true, but yeah, he's probably inside, deep in the ruins. So we just get all the minions out of the way.
Out of the way, yeah.
We do have that lovely little dissolving gun thingy.
That's useful.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is useful because
Yeah,
that cut a
cool.
hole in a wall, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Spoils of war. Yeah. Yeah. I like how this is shaping up.
Yeah.
Who's carrying the scatter gun?
I think it's still on the ship. I did not carry it.
I think that's
It's in the armory. Just
Yeah.
all right.
That's like, heavy weaponry in my brain. And you don't bring heavy weaponry for recon.
Also, as an FYI, not only is it heavy weaponry, it is very illegal.
Oh.
It is not a thing you want to walk into
anywhere with
any place with that on your hip because you would get in.
Yeah, I don't think it's your nose working or
deep poodoo.
Yes, indeed. Oh,
no,
we lost
okay.
Matt J.
Oh, probably didn't say
Totally hit the wrong
It
button.
dropped Jeremiah earlier, so I know what's
Ah,
going on.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
back.
That's quick.
Welcome back.
He's
Cool.
back.
As we're coming up to the end here, just want to check in. There's a mention in a conversation between Azur and Yun about maybe we should have Rexu call in his people. Is that something you want to do?
So
Jeremiah, the player, does because I know the move will be interesting and possibly create drama. Raxu, the character, is like, I don't know. It seems like a plan B or C there.
So maybe Yoon brings it up
Okay.
only because if it's a thing, I want to make. I'm an Imperial guy. I'm a Stormtrooper guy. I don't want any trouble when these rebel dudes show up, right? So my 2 questions are:
Yep.
How much of the bounty is it going to cost us? Because they're going to want something. And am I going to be safe? Right? Am I going to be okay?
Anything they want is going to be on me. They're not going to care about the 2 of you.
It's good to know, I think.
I might owe them. Probably won't just be credits. They might.
Would they have any interest in a Imperial scientist?
Oh, they absolutely would.
Maybe that's our bargaining chip.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he may or may not have a bounty, but the other guy does.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are kind of part of the old scattered republic, so yeah. I think they'd be very interested in an Imperial scientist.
And not me. They're not going to be interested in me.
You're retired, right?
Yeah.
Then there's not going to be a problem. What I don't say is that they're already watching you anyway.
Then let's bring this session to a close with Raksu making your deal with your agency move.
Ooh, okay, let's just do it.
When you ask for help
Gotta
from
make
your old
moves.
agency, roll plus sharp.
Woo, that was my question. You got to roll the dice.
Yep.
Oh,
Yup. You got a plus
Okay.
one. It's going to be fine.
Be fine. Yeah, I got a 9. It's fine.
Do you want to call for help?
Hmm.
On a 7 to 9, they can help, but their involvement is going to complicate things. Oh, that sounds fun.
I kind of, yeah. Let's go with it for now because I want to see how that goes. Because I was
Okay, so
already
you're
kind of
going with a
talking
7 to 9?
Yeah, we'll just keep this. We'll keep it.
Sweet. And do you imagine this is a thing that Rax is able to do just because the immediacy of the moment? You do it from your speeder, you like reach out, patch into the ship, use that to calm out to Katarn's commandos and send out the
Yeah, I
request for
assume
help.
we have some sort of like channel or something, a way to communicate or a something, and I'm probably specifically reaching out to anybody in this sector and
Nice.
give some like a very basic briefing in the initial message.
Cool.
Actually, can I use my "there's no such thing as left" move and attempt to give him a +1?
Oh, the force guides your actions. Roll plus tech on a 10 plus, hold 2, and you can give people extras. Yeah, let's see it.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh, interesting.
I got 11. So
Ooh, nice.
Oh, you got an 11. So
Whoa,
on a 10
nice.
plus,
That's a hold
hold
two.
2.
Yep.
Sweet. And so you use one of those, help
Yep.
another hunter, and give them +1 forward, which pushes you to a 10. So on a 10 plus, you
Okay.
can get intel or support, official or unofficial.
Okay.
You reach out, share the information what you have, and
Yep.
a few minutes pass. You can see that sudden storm, the thunderstorm, is growing, and then crackling over the comms, you hear,
"Message received. We will be sending support to you in 2 hours. Sit tight, Agent."
I hate when they say that.
sit tight. What does that even mean? That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, are you supposed to like clench your butt? I mean, what does sit tight mean? Clench your core? Your teeth? So
I mean,
weird.
I guess sit tight implies there's a sit loose.
That's
And
right. sit
Same
loose.
question. What does that mean?
fly casual. Yeah, somewhere along those lines. So with that, because of time, we will bring this to a close. When we pick back up, Rexu's agency, the Kataran Commandos, will be sending some reinforcements your way, and you guys can deal with Captain Arkham and his squads.
Nice.
Cool. So as we close things out, reminder that tomorrow night, Mad J, Ray, and I believe Sean and Judd all playing.
Sean
in
and Judd.
the-
Yes.
Yeah, and the Godbound game, Northern Death Pantheon. That's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific.
Yep.
And,
I'm stoked.
As we bring things to a
Northern Death
close, real quick, Misha B, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter as BG Gameworks or at my website, blackgirlgameworks.com. I'm trying to put together this Afro-Victorian outfit sometime this year. So my mom's here, so we're going to go shopping for fabric this week. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It'll be a weird project.
That sounds exciting.
That sounds cool.
Jeremiah, what about you? How can people find you online?
I am on Twitter and Instagram and things at pseudo idiot.
This cracks me up.
Yeah, I came up with it in high school, so I've been using it for
Nice.
like for 25 years now, and I thought I was real smart when I made it. So it's just what I use everywhere.
Nice.
My Twitter and often other place handles ORKLORD is based off of an AD&D mailing like bulletin board list, and it was
Nice.
my first gamer tag on the original Xbox. So
Yeah, I mean, why change it? Yeah,
just kind of sticking with
It's
it.
Nice.
working for you, man.
yeah.
Matt
Nice.
J, where can people find you, my friend?
I am on Twitter at MadJ0, or you can find me on Diceology.com.
Fantastic. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we will bring the hunt for Captain Arkham to a close 1 week hence here on the Actual Play channel. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
We're just gonna end the broadcast.
We're gonna
That's
try
what
the
we
smooth
do.
outro thing and see if it works.
Smooth
So it's a
outro.
hard
Do
out.
we have a smooth? Yeah, it's
Just
just a
gonna
hard
wait.
Yes,
cut.
you just say
Awkwardly
smooth
until it's
outro
done.
while we wave.
We'll just wave until it stops.